So we have a concept art that we want to show.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. It's got a story. The way we're telling that story is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar, some people.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Padnatti, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year. So we wait till next year to hear more about that
year.
one. Okay. Well, very exciting that this has evolved. And I mean, that concept art looks incredible. I can't wait to see Naughty Dog's storytelling fused with multiplayer live game.
It's something special. We can't wait to show it either.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and I am back for another video discussing the Last of Us multiplayer game, Last of Us 2 multiplayer, whatever you want to call it. We finally have gotten something new. We haven't had anything new on the Last of Us Factions game that is coming from Naughty Dog since last year at the Summer Game Fest when Neil Druckmann, as I just showed in the beginning clip, talked about Factions, gave us our first look at it, and more. And we have a new image today, another new look at the Last of Us Factions multiplayer game coming. Naughty Dog did a blog post celebrating the 10 years of The Last of Us. In June, The Last of Us will turn 10 years old, and it'll be 10 years since the original release date of The Last of Us, which is pretty dang crazy. We've had 3 iterations of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, and now we've got all this new stuff coming with, we just had Part 1 coming to PC, which is going to be in March. Got the rumored Last of Us 2 Director's Cut / PS5 version. We've got The Last of Us Part 3 potentially coming, and also this Factions multiplayer game, which is in development right now at Naughty Dog. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe. Thank you for all the support recently on these videos. I greatly do appreciate it. And I try to be one of the first / consistent updaters and coverage into Naughty Dog / The Last of Us titles. So thank you so much for your support. Let's go for 1,000 likes. If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to hit the notification bell if you have not already set to all so you don't miss any of my videos covering this. And follow me on my social media down below. Thank you guys so much for your support. And let's get straight into it. So I will go through the whole article, the 10-year anniversary Last of Us, in a separate video because there's a lot of stuff on the PC version, Part 3 potentialities, and more. But we're just going to talk about the Factions game in this video. So, we're looking ahead to the Last of Us 10-year anniversary in June, and we're so excited to share more with you about the future of this franchise. We'll have some fun surprises for you along the way, but later this year, we will begin to offer you some details on our ambitious The Last of Us multiplayer game. With a team led by Vinith Agarwal, Joe Padnatti, and Anthony Newman, the project is shaping up to be a fresh, new experience from our studio, but one rooted in Naughty Dog's passion for delivering incredible stories, characters, and gameplay. Remember, this Last of Us multiplayer game is not just going to be a mode, it's not just going to be a simple game with just multiplayer components. It is going to have a story, it's going to have characters, it's going to be in San Francisco, if you didn't remember from the first teaser image. And the first concept art of the project with you last year, remember at the Summer Game Fest, and we hope this new piece of concept art below further excites you for what our team is working on. Here it is, another new look at the Last of Us Factions game, Last of Us 2 multiplayer game, whatever you want to call it, again. And a couple details I want to point out. Remember, this game is set in San Francisco, as I just mentioned previously in this video, so you're going to notice San Francisco vibes, palm trees, cruise ship. We're gonna have to zoom in a little bit to give you a better look at this, because yes, this is just what they tweeted up on Twitter and what was in their article. First thing I want to point out is the 2 guards or 2 characters there. It seems like that are going to be some of the playable characters, or at least I don't know if they're going to be new characters or just one of the factions, but they looked armored up. You see they've got police gear. It looks like, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like they have helmets, backpacks, armor, and they're holding some kind of gun, I'm assuming an assault rifle, walking around this street that is just bombed to hell. I mean, geez, and they have that ship there, and and another image, we zoomed in a little bit more, and we see danger. I can't read the rest of the text, maybe someone could point it out in the comments. but it looks like it has a infected / nuclear symbol. So I don't know if this was nuked or if there's just radiation in the area, but you can probably assume, yes, infected are probably near this. So, zoom down more of the signs. Do not enter. We see these signs are everywhere. These hazard and do not enter signs are everywhere. So wherever they're entering, bad area. Another thing I noticed, I believe this is a military area. We could tell there's tanks, armored trucks, so maybe they're looking for supplies. You could just tell based on how destroyed up this street is that yes, this is probably where a major conflict happened. Let's take a bigger focus on the cruise ship. This is huge. Imagine being able to see this in game or interact or go into it, because it looks like maybe that with that bus there in the middle, maybe there's a way to get up to it. Could you imagine having to run into other players or, you know, infected in that cruise ship? It kind of reminds me of a certain scene with Abby in, I believe The Last of Us 2, where you're going through a ship with infected and you have to kill them all. This is a big ship though, my goodness. The potentialities they could do with these areas, wow. One more important thing I want to note, on the right here, we looks like to be a mall. I can't really make out the writing there on the, if you see on the left lower end of the image, I can't make out what that is. I think it begins with a C, but I can't make out the rest of the text. So I assume this is a mall based on the doors. It looks like there's a sign in front of it. Maybe we can go inside that as well. But big building, big ship. The potential is crazy. In contrast, the old concept art image showed the Golden Gate Bridge, an infected, looks to be city, just covered with a spore cloud, surrounding with infected on the ground. So based on these two images, we're gonna have a big area. This is gonna be massive. This is just two different concept art images of two different areas. I believe these are, you know, between the new image and this old image we got last year, I believe we are going to have a very massive area in San Francisco to explore and look through. It's gonna be insane. I hope to goodness this is just gonna be a huge open world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much going to do it for the video. Neil Druckmann did reiterate that we are getting an update later this year. My guess again is probably Summer Game Fest. You're probably looking at a spring to summer announcement. Probably going to be before that June 10-year anniversary of The Last of Us. So I would keep an eye on those months before the 10-year anniversary for when we could hear the official update. This is just a little tease to that. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Greatly appreciated. Let's go for 1,000 likes. Follow me on social media down below to stay connected. And thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.